How do you sort of like what's your process? Because for someone that's never done acting, people that are looking to get into it, what's the process you would look to go through to start maybe getting a manager, maybe trying to get extra jobs, and then sort of trying to get speaking roles? What's the process for trying to get into that?
The process is jump straight into the deep end. You need to get yourself into an acting school, acting lessons, because acting lessons, you're surrounded by other actors, you're surrounded by people that want to do the same thing as you, and it pushes you. And you're getting up in front of, maybe, sometimes 30, 40 people at a time doing monologues, you're doing duologues, you're working together. But not only that, once you're in an acting school or once you're in a drama school, it tends to attract casting directors, producers. Your acting teacher can put you forward for stuff, and that's when you can start getting an agent. If you're just looking to kind of get into acting and get an agent, you're going to struggle. Do you know what I mean? You need to get into your acting school and prove yourself really before anything.
Yeah, and like you said, your bow has a lot of strings, like you said before the recording started. And acting isn't just one thing of what you do. Obviously, you've got your music and stuff like that as well. Uh, is there anything in particular you've done? Obviously, other than the advert for Manchester United, is there anything like that there that you've done? Um, Highlighting what's the sort of process and getting into that as well?
The In terms of adverts or music.
Yeah, yeah. In terms of adverts, well, I'm going to touch on the music anyway. So yeah, in terms of like the adverts and stuff you've done as well.
Well, yeah. To be fair, in terms of adverts, it's not. I don't know. It's not really a hierarchy what actors kind of aim towards, if you know what I mean, in terms of adverts. But when opportunities arise and you see certain adverts, I mean, I've turned down adverts in the past because I know it's going to disrupt my career and deter me off into a path where I don't want to be known as that guy. You have to choose adverts very carefully because they've got so much exposure. They've got social media, they've got the billboards, you've got TV, and they're constantly repeated. So you don't want it to be damaging. And adverts don't come up that often because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can only really do an advert maybe like once every 4 years. Because what happens is when you do for big companies, you have a certain contract, which means you can then advertise different companies. So every 4 years, once an opportunity comes along for an advert, you have to kind of pick it wisely. But the adverts that I've been in, have reflected well on myself. So yeah, I kind of just went for 'em in the end.